I'm pretty sad. Not because I'm having a bad hair day, okay? That's another problem we gotta talk about another day. But I'm sad because I woke up to this email from YouTube. Let me read it to you. Hi, Rex. That's me. We notice you haven't posted any content to your YouTube channel, Rex, for several months and have fallen below the eligibility criteria for the YouTube Partner Program, YPP. Oh no! We know monetization is important to you as a creator. Are you threatening me? So we want to let you know that unless you meet the YPP eligibility threshold in the next 30 days, we will disable monetization on your Rex. After that, we will cancel your contract and you will need to reapply for the YPP. Whoa, bro. Whoa. That is unacceptable. But luckily, I think we're actually going to hit it as long as you press the like button right now on this YouTube video. And also, if we do hit it, we're not that far away from the goal. We're about 2,000 hours away. If we do hit the goal before the 30 days are up, I'm going to drop my brand new mixtape. And I know you guys don't care that I'm dropping a brand new mixtape, but here's a teaser of a song. It's called Corporate Chick.
The last ran through trying to die together. Started a relationship, but asking me how much money I had in my savings. Clearly, she needed some saving. I used to last, forgot noticing that red flag. Well, you know what?
And that's all you get to hear because you'll get to hear the rest of it. If this video gets 100 likes, I will drop the song tomorrow. How's about that one? So press the like button. Also, we're only 2,000 hours away. So it's not like we're not going to hit it. It's not like it's impossible to hit. It's not like there wasn't a point in my life where I was getting like millions of hours at a time. How did this happen? You know how it happened? I'll tell you how it happened. I got too comfortable. I'm taking complete responsibility here. I don't want to blame anybody else for what happened. But that email still kind of hit me hard because, like, it was a wake-up call, okay? The last real video that I made was over 400 days ago, which is over a year ago. And if you've ever watched a video together with me, and if you ever watched one of my videos in the past, which is, I'm assuming that's how you're watching this video right now, you would know that I was pretty consistent on here for a very long time, you know? And I would say it did hurt my ego, and maybe that's why I didn't take it as seriously, because I feel like I got the legacy numbers to back up getting at least 100,000 subscribers. I feel like my content is good enough to have at least hit 100,000 subscribers when I look back. But at the same time, when I look back, all I'm seeing is a punk. Like, here's a kid. Here's a kid who was just funny. Like, that's all it was about me. Like, I didn't care that I didn't have the greatest of greatest things. I was just funny. Okay, and I started this online grind even before this whole Rex channel was ever a thing. You guys really, like, I've never sat down and told the whole lore of how I even got here. Do you want to hear the lore of how I even got here? I didn't start doing YouTube videos like this, like a sit down in front of a camera type stuff, until like year 3. And I never knew how good YouTube can be until like way later down the line. I'd say that YouTube is about 10% this, at least back then. I don't know about anymore, or it's probably still the same, and my numbers prove it. But back then, you know, like 10% of YouTube was like this, like sitting in front of a camera and making a YouTube video. But I'd say that like 90% of it was politics and networking. It's about who follows who knows who's getting all the views, who can you collaborate with, who just noticed the trend that's actually working for them. What can you take from? It was so much ass kissing, and maybe 10% of it was art. Majority of the people that were just there were just people that didn't mind being shameless in front of a camera. Well, at least the people that I was around, right? So I at some point, you know, like, and it still seems to be a prevalent thing today. Just like every young man, I started making pranking videos because I thought that I was so hilarious and funny, and I had such big balls. And one of my videos, like in the beginning when I first started making YouTube videos, was called "Smoking Causes Cancer," where we went up to people that were working at a call center with a camera, a big camera, and a microphone, and right in front of their face, we asked them, why do they smoke, even though they know that smoking causes cancer? You can Google or YouTube, whatever. You can YouTube that video. I'll put a link in the description if you want to watch it. But masterpiece of a video. Gave me a little bit of a name in the pranking community, and at the time, a lot of pranks were being faked. I don't know if you guys know this, but a lot of pranks were being faked for the views. And this was before the demonetization that happened because of PewDiePie. So all of those pranking videos, even though they should have never, ever, ever got monetized, because they were all fake. Now I'm just hating. I'm just hating. Looking back at it, I should have also faked all of my pranks because I would have been sitting on much more millions of dollars. But, and this is a big but, and this is what I want this video to be about. So if you made it this far, congratulations. You're now about to find out what this video is about. It's actually about karma. Ha 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 ha. I'm about to hide a little hidden message here about karma. Okay? Because every person that was faking their pranks during that time, Vitalik, Fousey2, Roman Atwood, Prank Invasion, ain't nobody walked away with a happy ending. Maybe Roman Atwood did. No clue where he's at in life right now, but Vitalik is not in a happy ending. Fousey's never gonna have a happy ending. So, yeah, that's what this video is about. Today's video is about karma. So, back in the day, imagine this. Imagine being me, driving to colleges that are an hour or two away from my town so I can record a reaction in front of young people because I live in Florida, and if I want to go ahead and prank somebody in the real world, it's probably going to be a senior citizen that's not going to take it very lightly. And plus, all the pranks that I was filming, honestly, they weren't even that funny. Some of them were, but not as like, you know, like I was competing against people that were making those gold digger pranks where they walk up to a Lamborghini and then they go, oh, can I get your number? No. But then he opens the door to the Lamborghini and then she changes her mind. Like, that's what I was competing with. Me being silly, saying silly things to random people, or me going up to girls and asking them how much they weigh. And then when they tell us how much they weigh in front of the camera, I would take out a scale and ask them to get on a scale. Like, those were my pranks. My pranks were not, let me rent a Lamborghini and pretend like I'm rich to get a girl's number. And Dale did that, so they were getting like tens of millions of views. Meanwhile, I'm over here struggling to even get 1,000. So me and the prank reviewer at the time, we started collaborating and we started a podcast. And him specifically, because he wasn't a pranking channel, I loved that we could have him out there exposing all of these pranks. So not only was he exposing all of these pranks, but at the same time, he was literally finding like who the actors were, how much the actors were getting paid, and he had me on the sideline, you know, promoting him, telling all my friends about it. And eventually he reached grade A's under A's radar, which at the time was blowing up because he had an extremely funny video. Something about beers. And he also didn't like how YouTube like how some people were like abusing the system in order to get views. Like, he's a really righty right guy and he wants everybody to be by the rules. And I had the same type of mentality at the time too. Looking back at it, I should have cheated. I should have no, because remember, this video is about karma. I'm happy that I didn't cheat. I'm happy that I stayed authentic. So they collaborated, and I collaborated with them too. And then I started talking with other big YouTubers and all of that jazz. And that's when I ran into Eugenia Cooney, but not in the real world, because I ran into her in the real world. I had no idea who she was. I thought she was just a super YouTube fan, because I ran into her at this event in Orlando called Playlist Live. And if you were to see her in real life, then you would be like, yeah, this person is kind of sick. Like, no puns in, like, I'm not even joking, right? So you would be able to tell that this is a sick person, but whatever, she's just here to meet some YouTubers. She's probably just a mega fan. And then when all of that stuff happened, she re-popped up on my radar, but this time on YouTube, because I was making all of those making fun of emo videos like Brian Starr. She popped up on my radar too. And I, like, if I was Leafy, I would have made fun of her, or maybe I beat Leafy to the punch and he couldn't make fun of her because he saw the reaction that I got out of it. But I think I did the video pretty well. My whole thing was like, hey guys, there's a huge problem here. There's this creator, and if you read all the comments, she's being gaslit into thinking there's nothing wrong, but maybe it's because you guys have never seen this person in the real world. But if you were to saw her and you were to see these comments, there's a huge disconnect. That was my video, right? So I handed the torch. I just put it out there, like, there's a problem, here's the problem, and I ran the other way, right? Like, it ain't for me. But that's when YouTube rewarded me. YouTube was like, congratulations, here's $20,000. And I was like, I motherfucking beg your pardon. And they were like, yeah, here you go. Do you know what I did with that money? It was Miami, West Palm Beach, strip clubs, drinking with the homies. Drinking with the homies. Constantly. And at some point, I then also learned a lot about the disorder that she has. And I realized that, like, yo, like, I can't milk this. Like, I shouldn't make this my brand, okay? Like, it should just be a thing that I did. It's out there. It's a milestone. But now we move on, like, it shouldn't be my whole thing. And I think I did pretty well with that. You know who didn't do well with that? Onision. Because Onision kept talking about her and kept talking about her and kept talking about her and kept talking about her. He wasn't featured in the Shane Dawson documentary, which nobody contacted me about. So, I mean, whatever. It ain't none of my business. I hope she gets better. But she's a big part of my whole YouTube thing, right? So you can just imagine how I felt when Ariana Grande started popping up in my algorithm. And I was all like, dang, I could do this again, but with a A-list celebrity this time, and probably make $40,000. But here's the thing, though. I already have problems sleeping as it is without any stress. Like, sometimes I'd be laying in bed, and I'm like, for somebody that doesn't have any kids, or any, like, real worries, or any, like, maybe it's the lack of worries that's making me worry. I don't know what it is, okay? But I have such a hard time falling asleep sometimes that I don't need 20,000 comments of people calling me insensitive, and then another 20,000 comments of people saying, you are such a hero for putting light about a subject that people are afraid to talk about. Because that's what it is about the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have an opinion, whatever opinion it is, even if you think, no, like we all agree on this, 100% of humanity agrees on this, I promise to you, you're wrong. It doesn't matter what opinion you have about anything. There is a group, and I'm talking about a group of people out there, somewhere out there, with an internet connection, that will find you when you disagree with them. So I think that's what the algorithm does. It finds people that disagrees with you and puts you in front of their face, so that creates engagement, right? So, yeah, I don't need 20,000 people calling me an angel because I pointed at something. And I don't need another 20,000 people telling me that I'm super insensitive, and the more I talk about something, the worse it's going to get for that person, which is crazy to think about, right? Like, what a horrible disorder to have. And I hope people get better. So this story was about karma, right? So look at all the people that fake their pranks. One of them is going to be in the Philippines for a very long time. Another one got a disorder where he's super bipolar, and he goes into manic episodes. Wish him nothing but the best. And then I don't know where Roman Atwood's at, but here's the dead de la creme. All right, so this is the last story before I go. Okay, the thing that made me stop making prank videos and jump over to sitting in front of a camera and just talking in front of a camera, your best friend from the internet actually talking in front of a camera, was when Prank Invasion sent me a cease and desist telling me that he was going to sue me. Because I made an exposed video about a scam that he made, scamming like a bunch of people with a multi-level marketing scheme. And how he made a fake persona of himself being this like superstar singer. And how he's this high IQ individual. Right? And I was only 21 at the time, so when I got the cease and desist, I kind of got spooked. I got spooked, right? I mean, I'm 32 years old now. If he were to send me a cease and desist now, my guy, I will fly to whatever office, and I'm talking with your lawyer face to face. Miss me with that shit these days. I'm a very big principle guy, and I believe in karma. Where's Prank Invasion at now? Where's Vitaly at now? Fuzi. Is Fuzi really happier that he is now than how he was in 2010 or whenever, like in 2016? No. No, they're not. And it's because when you lie, when you scheme, when you do all these horrible things to get to the top, it just ain't sustainable. Okay, there's this saying called, you can fool a lot of people a lot of the time, but you can't fool everybody all the time. Powerful. Super powerful. What else can we talk about? Well, I think that's it for today. Yeah, YouTube is gonna delete my channel if we don't reach like another 2,000 hours. And remember, if this video gets 100 likes, I'm dropping Corporate Chick. Did you hear that lyric? It said, I want to date a corporate chick, that type that works 40 hours a week. Is there anything more attractive? I'm a lyrical genius. And I don't think there's anything more attractive than a woman that has a job. Really, there isn't. Ladies, if you're single, I'm telling you right now, the thing that's going to put you on top, is just being employed. I don't know if you heard that, but just being employed is enough to land a man these days. Because you'd be too busy to go to the club and cheat. So it ain't even that like you got your own money and you can pay for your own things. Like the man should still help you pay for things, right? Because you are a lady, and at the end of the day, ladies do deserve to get treated. It's that like if you're at work though, you're not at the club. It's really what it is. I have no idea what I'm talking about. And don't forget to like this video, leave a comment down below, and we gotta get those 2,000 hours, man. We really do.
The last ran through trial that I did. Started a relationship, but asking me how much money I had in my savings.